Hello everyone and welcome back to Skizzlecraft. My name is RedWolf416. Thank you for joining me. Well, as much as I would love to be able to start on this great big pyramid that I am standing on here, I have got to keep working on the terraforming and building of the tower around my rocket factory. Let's say hi to Lavender really quick. Things are a little bit quiet on the server right now. We just did an update. And it was mostly housekeeping, but you can see not everybody's back on right now. We are going to get over to here and we are going to start working on some more terraforming. I'm hoping to make a lot more progress. I'm starting to get a little bit better idea of how I want things to look and how I want to build them. So let's come over. And now, as you can see here, I did put a little bit more work into planning out the portal area, the Anubis Shrine, or the Kevin Bubbles Shrine. Just starting my stream up. So hopefully, unless we get distracted by friends, which is a very real possibility, we will be doing this here tonight. I've been growing a lot of birch here because I found out I'm going to need it. I think after I cut down this little grove of birch, I'm going to grow some oak. But we've also been working on building up some of the sand over there. I decided that I am not going to have a... sorry, I just noticed I had a few things going on. I am not going to have sand drifts coming up into the water. I'm gonna just, the lore is that the sand blows off into the water and there's a wall there that I can't get past. But another thing that I've been doing is, as I've been working on building out the area where the nether portal structure is going to go, I'm realizing that it gets a lot closer here. And I was already planning on doing a little bit of a land bridge, but it's not really going to be a land bridge probably. It's probably just going to be a whole peninsula of land that's going to be coming out. So that's one of the reasons I haven't started really filling it in here. We are going to have the land come down in kind of like a ramping slope here. So I'm not quite sure how I want it to blend in here to this plateau. So we've been working our way around down here. I may make it come down into this quarter here. But let's get going on chopping this wood. And oh, also, you may recall from the last stream, Lavender and I were trying to help Lady Birdie Bop find a coral nautilus, and there was some confusion as to how or what type of coral nautilus it was. There was the misunderstanding that there was a normal coral nautilus, not a zombie coral nautilus, and we were just going all over the place in a coral reef, and we could not find one. I mean, we were finding all kinds of nautili, but they were just all the normal kind. And so it was a fun time together. It was not successful as far as finding a coral nautilus goes, because as it turns out, I had to do some digging, some reading up on it online, consulting the Googs. But yeah, the coral nautilus is a zombie coral nautilus. The only way you can get that is if you encounter a drowned that is a trident wielding drowned. Now, there is a 6.25% chance that a drowned will spawn with a trident, and then there is a 50-50 chance after that that they will spawn as a nautilus jockey, which means that there is a 3.125% chance that a drowned will have a zombie coral nautilus as its steed. And so that is why we were not successful. We were not hanging out where the drowned were spawning. So off stream, a couple days later, with this new information, I headed back over to where we had been, and I found a drowned city where I had plenty of drowns spawning and coming after me. And it did not take long, even with those low odds, it did not take long for a trident wielding drowned. Riding a zombie Nautilus came and attacked me, and we were able to eliminate the threat and tame said Nautilus, and maybe not fully deliver the Nautilus to Lady Birdie Bop, but we got it close. We got it real close. And so we were able to send her a message on Discord, and all is good now. So she has her trusty steed that she wanted, and so now we're back here doing some building and terraforming. Real quick, let me pause this really quick. I forgot to tell you what kind of music we're listening to. We are listening to Stream Beats by Harris Heller. It is DMCA free music that can be found on Spotify, and the album that we are listening to is titled Ignition. So I'm a big fan of his work, and especially what he does as far as making his music available to streamers and having it be DMCA free, so there's no copyright strikes. Not only do I like the music, but what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, it's great for streaming. Yeah, so check him out. Got all kinds of different styles in there. Okay, well, I'm not gonna sit around waiting for the oak trees to grow. Let's get to this. We've been building up with the logs. I think we're gonna go get some more logs of the birch, and we're gonna get some planks. And let me see if I am a haste to get out of here. Possibly drop some off where they didn't belong. I did. Smooth sandstone, you can go back there. Let's go ahead and get this stuff. And yeah, we'll convert these to planks. There we go. I think that is good to get going on with. So I'm trying to have the I keep wanting to say snow drifts. The sand drifts taper off here. Every time I catch a glimpse of my zombie camel over there, I get a slight jump scare just when I'm seeing him out of the corner of my eye. What's interesting is I'm looking at this, and I may have skipped. I think I had the planks coming before the stripped logs, so I may have to do some block plate replacement here. A little bit annoying, but it is what it is. It's kind of the way things go in Minecraft. You do something and you're all happy with it, and then you come back to it a couple days later and you realize you messed everything up, or you're just not satisfied and you need to kind of start over a little bit. But that's okay. It's just part of the process. We are getting a little bit faster with this. I hope everyone is doing well, and I know I haven't been able to keep up with it as much as I really wanted to, but I have been trying to follow when I can the Artemis 2 journey. It's pretty exciting stuff. Finally going back to the moon after so many years. I mean, we're not making a landing on it, but still, at least there's some more exploration happening, and we're testing out newer technologies and getting back into the space race. And I think that is just absolutely awesome. Okay, now we can get all these extra planks, and then we can go back to the stripped wood. the, what is it? Stripped birch wood. Yeah, that was basically right when I said stripped wood. I think after we do a little bit of this, just to mix it up a little bit, we will also lay out some more netherrack so we can get an idea of the footprint of our structure there. And we may actually, yet again, move our portal, because when I made it really tall like that, I had plans to make a tall statue. Now it's going to be more of a low rectangular structure, and that's just, it's going to be more fitting there. I don't want to have tower after tower and tall pyramid after tall pyramid. It's just, it gets to be a bit much. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? We want to do this by sleeping very soon, I think. No! Every time I fall now, it is getting more and more difficult to get up to where I wanted to be. Ugh, can't reach that. I have a bed over here. I do. Cannot sleep right now. There we go. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? Coming back up over here. Well, I hope everyone is doing well and in good health. Where I live right now, the weather has decided to revert back to late winter weather, and it's being annoying because of it. Like, we've had freezing temperatures the last couple of nights. Had to actually bring in some potted plants that we were afraid were gonna have a little bit too much frost going on, and so it's been a little bit of in and out. It's warm and sunny during the day, and darn it, I did not want to fall. Warm and sunny during the day, and in the freezing temperatures at night, we've actually had to start using the heater again, which is not typical for this time of year, unfortunately. So I don't know if that means that we're going to have a colder summer or what is going on. But weather is always interesting in these parts. So I need to start making sure I'm blending this up and over too. I don't want this to all just be even 45-degree gradation going up. Another thing that's been going on with me is, I don't know what it was, but I got back from my work trip and I had some pulled muscles in my ribs on the left side, and then I worked on a plumbing job a few days ago and I pulled a muscle in my left shoulder and neck area. So my whole left side, I've just been walking like Quasimodo the last few days, and no fun. A lot of pain. Looking forward to going and seeing my chiropractor and physical therapist, or massage therapist. But that's not until another like 5 days from now. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna take a little flight out. See if we like the way things are looking. Get a little closer. We're getting some straight lines there that we don't want. I think I'm gonna cut a couple of those over. Yeah, that'll be a little bit better. then I think we can get into the... We can get into the oak wood here pretty soon. So let's just look at it from the back side. And it looks like the way the colors work is the stripped oak logs are a little bit lighter color than the oak planks. So we'll put those there and those there, going upward. And I need some more, actually. Let's also deposit some of this netherrack here that we're not using. And we'll put the red glass in there as well. So let's get a few more of these planks. And a few more of these stripped oak logs. So we do have kind of a steep drop off here in the color. And I want to... It's happened very abruptly, so I may want to bring out some of this a little bit more. In fact, we're going to pop that up there. So here. Okay, now we've got our color palette we can play around with. Real heat. Yeah, let's do something about this here. Bring this down, not quite so steeply. You know, at first when I started using the stripped oak logs, I was really paying attention to the grain direction and stuff. And it just wasn't working out. It might be a good spot to have that, actually. It wasn't working out. So I think that since this is supposed to be seen from a distance anyway, I'm not worrying about the grain direction too much. And maybe on a build that's got a lot more detail in it, I will worry about that. But for now, it's okay if the grain is going a little bit of different directions each time I place a block. I say that now, but we'll see. We'll see. That opinion may change. Okay. Let's see. Let's put this in here. Where's my fortune pick? Future me's problem. I think, though, it is almost time to bring in that oak stripped logs. Stripped oak logs, however you say that. Start moving this upward a bit. We do need to start paying attention to what the face up there is going to be doing, how the shear walls are going to look. The shear walls are going to be more of this orange terracotta and red sandstone and stuff like that. So I'm trying to make the drift portion be more of the pale stuff, whereas the the sandstone plateau, the solid part that hasn't eroded away, is still kind of a reddish hue, reddish orange hue. And we do want the brown, the darker stuff to come all the way down to the ground, because this is where there aren't any drifts, and so we want the sandstone to come all the way down to here too. So this will start getting changed as well, this lower sand layer. Ow! Oh goodness! Oh my gosh! That hit hard. Wow! That was crazy. Do I have my rescue kit? Let's put this down here. What else can I grab? Oh, and it's getting to be nighttime too. Let's see if we can just rescue all my stuff. Oh no. Oh my goodness. That gave me a bit of a jump scare. I think we've got time to get everything. We're going to turn on hitboxes though. Nope, that's the grid. There we go. Is that one of my items? No, I think that's a fish. Alright, this is so we can find all our items. I haven't gotten my chest plate yet. Let's see, where is this guy? Where is my chest? Oh, chest plate was... Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I got my wings. What is that? Oh, that's my bow. Okay, let's see what we can do here. There we go. Any other items? Oh yeah, he's aiming at me. All right, I think we got everything. Let's take a moment to regroup. Pickaxe. Yeah, we'll put this here. We've got our axe. Trident. Didn't realize I still had that on me. And we don't need those sticks. I think we have everything. All right, so we can put a few things back. That was entertaining, but we do need to go take care of that little problem. And I'll just put the scoot in here because I didn't want to pick that up. And let's put some sticks away as well. Don't need the Lightmatica menu getting in the way of everything. Let's go find this guy. Where are ya? Did he despawn? I was really hoping to have a little bit of a showdown with him. But no, he might have despawned. Makes it tempting to bring the conduit over here while I'm working in this area. I don't know. What do you think? Think we should bring the conduit over or just keep going and hope for the best? I don't know. Right over that. Right there. Right over this abyss would be a perfect place for the conduit. Let's do it. Let's go get that conduit. Got my silk touch. Let's put those wings back on and get those rockets back in hand. And I think, well, no, let's leave the hitboxes on while we're taking care of this a little bit. Just looking around me. Try and get all but one ring at first. So we still have the conduit power until the very last, if we can help it. Give me that. Give me that. Okay, and I need to rename these Nautili that I have in here. Had a good idea when I was in the last stream talking with LBB and Lavender Fox that rather than a Captain Nemo, or just Nemo, I should call them Flotsam and Jetsam. I think we got everything here. Let's just go ahead and get this out of here too. I don't need that. Alright, let's see if we can put this up before we get another round coming after us. I'm going to put that back on. Let's just go right there. Doesn't want to. There we go. Ow! Rude. Apparently don't have an arrow in my inventory. Those. I still need that. Apparently dropped another one. There we go. I know I had 4. Again? Just let me work. Ah, okay, fine. Alright, there's a little bit of it. That'll help a little bit. Ooh, copper. We'll get the other rings done. And this should offer some protection from ne'er-do-wells. Still have 3 to go. Ah, there it is. There we go. Full power conduit. Now I can see. Just see if there's anything other than it being under... Ooh. Didn't know about this area. Nifty. Now I can breathe under here. That's handy. Alright. Back to the task at hand. So I'm going to have to mark off where my boundary is in that underwater cave. Let's just say hello. Is that only 3 of us now? Yep. Okay, so some people are slowly but surely trickling in. I think I can safely take this stuff off now. And maybe we'll just put this copper in here. I need to put my pants in here too. We'll still keep the chest plate. We got the wings, we got the rockets. All right. Let's try this again without so much of the dying. How about that? Yeah, we kind of want that there. Now let's get back to the pallet we had going. Oh, I have an extra axe in my inventory. Goes in the rescue kit. I'll just put it up here for right now. And it's almost nighttime again. Yep. Well, that was a fun little misadventure we had there. Come on, sleep. Thank you. Oak trees are growing nicely. All right, let's increase the layer size on these stripped oak logs. I am running out. That is for sure. Yeah, let's go get some more of these. Looks like I got a pretty large oak in there too, which kind of was hoping I wouldn't get one of those, but you know, at least it's plenty of lumber. Aw. A squid drowned. How unfortunate. Let's do that. And that used those up right quick. Sorry, sometimes I get so focused on what I'm doing that I forget to talk. And also, I just realized my hitboxes are still turned on. There we go. Let's get the rockets out of hand. We don't need to be firing those off unintentionally. Get all this stripped up and then remine it. Alright. Hopefully we can get the... I almost said snowdrift again. The sand drift area over there that I've been working on. Hopefully we can get that done very quickly. And then we can go into moving our portal or something like that. What am I doing here? I haven't quite figured that out yet. Let's have a little high spot right there. And then we'll dip back down. Right there. I think that's a good way to have this taper off. Right there. Let's go get these things that we dropped. Let's carve away what we ended up not needing because this wood's expensive. Like, I don't think we need that one. And we may not need that one. Yeah, we do need that one. We don't need that one. We do need that one. Yeah, we need that one. It's getting to be less of these than I thought. We don't need that one. We need that to taper a little bit more. There we go. Maybe, just maybe. We don't need that one or that one. Yeah, we'll just have to leave some of the extras there. That's fine. All right, let's get on to the planks, and then I think we will be done with the sand portion of this. Just felt necessary to take care of those right then. Don't know why. Okay. Wow, that zombie flesh is still there. I thought it had been 5 minutes by now. Nope. Well, I hope this is coming out right. So something I've been doing in my time while I'm working during the day is I can actually have, since I work from home, I tend to have something going on off to the side on one of my monitors. Sometimes I'm listening to a podcast, or sometimes I am just listening to music or something like that. But I am a huge fan of the TV show Alone on the History Channel. It's a survival competition, and I've already watched. I watched the most recent season. Just finished it recently. Was listening to the podcast, which is hosted by a couple of prior contestants, and they were talking about some of the previous seasons. And I thought, it's been a while since I watched anything of the previous seasons. I did see them. And so something I've been doing on the side on one of my other monitors while I am working during the day is I have been rewatching the Alone survival series. And it's pretty interesting. Having jumped from season 11 all the way back to season 1, seeing the progression there, or I should say the backtracking, and just seeing how the show has changed over the 11 seasons. But I highly recommend it. Y'all should check it out sometime. No, I'm not being paid to say that. Looks like it might actually be getting to be nighttime. I hear it's the best time to fight crime. Need to move my bed closer. Now that I'm almost finished doing this dune section, we'll get the packed mud in there, and then I think we'll call that a night for the sand dune, or the sand drift area. But we still have plenty of work to do tonight. Becoming our animal drop. Temporary storage. Alright. We want... Nope. Do I have more of those? Yeah, here we go. This usually I keep as just a thin band, so I don't think this is going to take very long to get this put in here. Yeah, come on, come on. Do your jumpy jumps. Fact, I think I already don't like where that one was placed. Just do this. Stuff mines so fast. It's kind of hard to get it in there just right. And we may decide to change some of the placement on this once we start getting the orange hard sandstone. I keep calling it sandstone. I know it's not in the game. What I'm using is not sandstone, but it is considered a sandstone plateau that I am building here. Yeah, this mud placement, this packed mud placement may change as we get that in there. I think that's pretty good. We'll go through and once again see what extra blocks can be chopped away. I don't think that one's necessary. We don't need that one. We don't need this one. Don't need that one, or that one. Or that one. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, I think that about does it for the sand drift on this side. And I don't know about you, but that's about all I can take of that for tonight. I'm going to work on mapping out a little bit more of this nether portal design. Let's bring those in. And hopefully our conduit is still good all the way over here. I believe it is. I should bring in some dirt as a temporary block. A temporary block for my temporary blocks. Nope, nope, nope. I want something that requires a shovel. Coarse dirt. Yeah, let's just do dirt. We're not going to need this. We will need this. And let's at least put our work boots on. Okay, so the reason I wanted the dirt, let's get the obsidian out of here so I don't accidentally start placing that. We're going to be doing 2 more of these. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now we've got a little walkway that we can dig out with the shovel, easy enough. And these are placeholders for columns that are going to be going on the inside of the structure, or possibly the outside, or possibly the entire wall is going to be made up of columns. I'm not sure. Have not decided yet. Right now I have markers for where the outside wall might be. So it might be that there are columns along the front that are outside, but then the rest go inside. I really don't know. I haven't decided yet. Oh dear. Oh yeah. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. And unfortunately, with my placement of my portal and the spacing of the glass for getting a fog effect like I want, I don't have the portal on a coordinate that is perfectly divisible by 8, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. I'm going to have to move my portal to, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16? Maybe it is divisible by 8. I don't know. Maybe I need to look at those coordinates again. Another day of counting with red. I'm hoping that by next week I can get back onto a more regular schedule of streaming. Been kind of spotty last week since I had just returned from my trip, and then this week with just being sore and low energy and trying to get back into the flow of things, back into working from home. But perhaps next week I'll actually be able to do 2 streams in the week, or possibly even 3. We shall see. I'll do my best. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Perfect. That's what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, that's just fascinating. Let's check something else out. I'm smarter than I thought I was. We are at 32, 32. I am pretty certain that is divisible by 8. 32, 32 divided by 8 is 404. Well, isn't that just dandy? All right, so let's decide on how tall we want this to be. Well, let's check the interior dimension. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 11. All right, let's try something here. 11 times 1.618034. It comes to approximately 18. Oh, I need to go the other way. I want this to be a horizontal rectangle. So that's 11 divided by 1.618034 equals approximately 7 high on the interior. I think we could do that. That's a decent sized portal. Maybe we'll do that here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the interior dimension. Now, it'd be handy if I had something like black wool or something like that to do this with, so it looked a little bit closer. Let's see here. Let's just take a step back. See if we like the way this looks. Okay. So what we're doing is we're playing around with the golden ratio. That hurt. Let's try something else. Let's divide this again. Divided by 1.618034. That would only be 4 high. I don't know that I want it that small. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're talking like that wide, or that tall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get up there, take off the top bit. We can always... Oh, those were not Duration 1 rockets, that's for sure. Those were my D3 rockets. I'll use those for when I'm traveling long distances. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 is what we'll be possibly adding back on. Let's get a look at this again. That would be a pretty low building. Yeah, not a fan. We're going to go back to a straight up golden rectangle. So, for all you math nerds out there who may or may not know this, of course, if you're a math nerd, you probably do know this, but you take... Well, you probably know about the golden rectangle. You've got a side that is value of 1. The perpendicular side of the rectangle is a value of 1.618. And it was the Greeks who discovered that that is an extremely pleasing to the eye shape. And so, but there are some interesting things about it. Like if you take 1 times 1.618, you of course get 1.618. But if you do 1 divided by 1.618, you also get 0.618, which I find fascinating. And on top of that, if you were to take 2 times the golden ratio, sorry, not 2 times the golden ratio, but the golden ratio times itself, so 1.618 times 1.618, you know what interesting number you end up with? 2.618. Kind of crazy. 1.618 squared is 2.618. So you can do some pretty interesting stuff with that. Etho would hate me for not doing the corners. I've already stated my opinion on that. I think it's not necessary to do the corners, and you're missing out on an opportunity to have a decoration that indicates where that portal is heading to. Okay, so we've got 16. The nether is worth 8. That means we need to move the other one only 2. The one on the other side. How do we want to do that? Let's light the other one. I do not have a flint and steel. I wonder if that got lost over here thanks to that drowned, because I don't see it. Let's go get another. Have one in here? Nope, but I do have this. And I do have this. So what we're going to do is we are going to destroy this one. Oh my gosh, that is so loud. I am sorry for spiking the audio on that. Holy goodness. We're going to do this. This is going to connect us to the same portal we already had. I don't know if I can do this from further away and have it be quieter. Nope. I apologize for that headphone problem. Okay. So we're going to go right here. This is where the new one's going in. And we're going to make this one actually be wider. In fact, we might be able to make it the same dimensions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's 9. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll make this be just slightly different size. Because I'm wanting this to be... Well, no, let's do this. Let's do this. We're gonna make it exactly the same size. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Did not mean to place that one there. Got to be an eager beaver on placing those. Well, that was close. I almost had a piggy drop in on me, I think. Okay, now we need to go across the top. And we will just use some temporary blocks. Hopefully there's no lava above me. And I just can't reach. That last one. There we go. Alright. Let's get rid of this here. And then we will reconnect this portal. And hopefully this will be the last time that I move my portal, because it's starting to get to be bothersome. Right. Oh, ow, my ankles. And let's put these down. Kind of wish I had more of those. Lots of netherrack. Okay, let's get this lit. And we should be connected. Exactly where we want to be connected. Awesome. And now we need to get up here. Might help if I was carrying my rockets in my hand. Yeah, I missed. Alright, there we go. And it looks like our music has ended. But that does not mean that the stream has to end. It just means that we need to select another album. And I'm going to go with one that I have not listened to before. This one is called In 4K. This is still Stream Beats by Harris Heller. Be found on Spotify. All right, let's see. Hopefully it takes me less than 5 minutes to get down to the netherrack here and pick up my obsidian. Now this fog effect that we're going to be going for behind the portal that I have indicated by the blocks of red glass here, that's something that I'm hoping to also do on the other side of the portal. Like as you walk into it and you're facing this direction, you're going to see fading into the fog. I'm going to try and mimic a little bit of what you see here. And when you come into the portal from this direction, so it's just going to be a portal that you can only enter from one direction. But when you come into it this way and you're looking through it, you're going to see a faded out into the fog rendition of the nether tunnel. I'm only going to try landing on this post once. If I can't, I'll just build up with netherrack. I made it. One moment while I check a screen really quick. All right, I gotta figure out how to switch out screens on another monitor without having to pause my game. It's bothersome. Oh, that was close. I almost fell. In fact, let's just do this. And whoop, there we go. And is that everything? I think we could probably get rid of this platform too if we really needed to. It is no longer necessary. This was my original mapping device, if you will, for figuring out where my portal was going to go in relation to the chunk borders and spots for the red stained glass, and I just don't need this here anymore. Ow! Really? I thought the conduit was supposed to protect me against jerks like you. Not my inventory. That's not what I wanted. Ooh, you did drop copper, though. I will take those goodies. Anything else that I'm missing? No? I think it's time to go drop some supplies off. If I wanted to fly, it might help. I actually have my rockets out. Alright, I think that we can also turn off the coordinates. There are a very few commands that those of us playing on Skizzlecraft are actually allowed to have, and the coordinates HUD is one of those. So before anybody gets alarmed thinking that, you know, we're all running around with admin privileges and creative mode and stuff like that, it's not happening. Not happening. Thought I had a chest of nether blocks, but I could be wrong. Bunch of string in there. Okay. Let's just put the dirt back in here. Yeah, we'll put this in the ores. Okay. I think that's good. Let's drop off some of our netherrack over here. And yeah, let's put the basalt in there for now. I should have left it back there, but I didn't. And you know what? We'll also put the blackstone in there. Animal drop, or we didn't put a sign on that portal. Let's get some ink and dye and maybe some like glow squid ink and some beeswax. Let's go some of that, and we will go some of this. I can't remember if we need the white dye or not. And let's get our golden hat on as well. And away we go. Yeah, I'm much more happy with the golden ratio rectangle, single golden ratio as opposed to the double. How do we want to do this? Let's go like this. Red Wolf 416. Do an arrow. Visitors. Not possessive. Welcome. And this is the Crimson Spring. Let's change this a little bit. Crimson Spring. Do the arrow. Visitors. Welcome. That looks good. Let's do the glow ink first. See what that looks like. Okay, I like the contrast. I don't want to make it white. Good night. Too quick. And then let's wax that sign. Alright, now actually I do want to do a little bit more laying down of netherrack, I think. Why are sticks in here? Sticks do not belong in there. Belong in here. Set. Watching that clock. Close enough. So is it just me and Mud Angel on here now? It is. Yeah, quiet night on the server. Oh, want to get rid of my die. Working our way towards full stacks of all the dies. In fact, I probably... No, I don't have enough. How many do I need? I need 17 more. There we go. I need a lot more of the brown. Let's just harvest some stuff really quick. What happens if I do silk touch? Okay, I still get seeds. However, fortune might give me more. Oh no! I've lost my fortune pick. I'll have to get another one off camera. Ah, that's a bummer. Lame. Knew I didn't get everything. I had hitboxes on. Stupid jerk of a drown. Now I can't go mining any ores right now. That's a little frustrating. Alright, what do we need here? We'll have 55. Getting close. Okay, let's go lay down some netherrack before the night is over. Maybe I should have kept some dirt with me. One, two, three. That's good. 1, 2, 3. And then wall. Just run that out this way. Okay, that's good. Now we'll start getting a little bit better idea of the scale of this structure. Not what I wanted to do. Okay, this is going to be our wall right up there. That's a problem. We can reach that. Means that we need to get rid of all of that. Not that. Still got the conduit power out here, which is nice. Okay, then we are gonna go 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2. Counting with red. 3. That's where the column would be. 1, 2, 3. Then wall. That's how far we're taking it out. Mapping out the full rectangular base of this so we can get an idea of how much more terraforming we need to do. And I know I'm only a couple blocks away from my boundary. I'm gonna have to do some creative terraforming there, or maybe I will have to shorten this up and add another column. I'm not quite sure yet. But right now, the way I have it, I don't have it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I add another column that way, it's really going to start encroaching on that tower, but it will put this in the center. Thing is I want, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 on the glass. That's pretty good. If we shortened it up by 1, back to counting with red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is the minimum we want on the layered glass. For the fog effect. Long dramatic pause there. It's getting to be late at night. We might have to do that because that'll bring it in by another 3 blocks and allow us just a little bit more terraforming. We might make that so that's more of a sheer cliff on the back, or make it so that the border wall is part of that. What do we think? Do one more here. A little bit further out than I wanted, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, and then where our wall would be. Now what's interesting is we could carry out that golden ratio to the overall outer structure as well, and I think it would work because our outer structure right now is quite a bit larger than the portal. I think it would work. I don't know. We're getting really close to this tower here, and so we may have to have this land slope down and not come out quite so far as that. I don't know. Let's go get rid of this column back here, shorten everything up a little bit. That would mean that we would go 1, 2, 3, wall. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Got it off right there, so let's get that glass. That glass. I fall, I fall. Ow, that hurt a little bit. And just gonna come right back over here. And fill in over here. Help if I use the right tool for the job. Ow. No, thank you. All those pieces can stay down there for all I care. I'm not dealing with another Trident dude tonight. Oh, he's trying. He is trying. You know what? I don't have the necessary equipment for this. It's probably gonna despawn. Ow. Oh. Oh, it's just going fantastic. Yeah. That was a mistake on my part, accidentally leaving that in there. Ow. Alright. I want to end this guy. Of course, he despawned. Got him. I don't think he's the Trident throwing one, though. Oh. Well, maybe I did get my blocks back after all. Oh, I forgot to build the other column piece right here. One, two, three. Okay. One, two. There I go, being silly and not counting right again. I think it is getting to be a bit late for me. And after I get this last column placeholder put in, I'm going to have to call it a night. Well, maybe we'll build out this floor just a little bit. So my goal, as you can see, I have the columns going right into where the portal is. My goal is to completely hide the portal obsidian. I think it's really unfortunate that you can't have a portal without having this ugly obsidian frame there. So I want to get rid of it. I want to visually get rid of it. I have some ideas of how to do that. Ooh, he's not used to the duration 3. Okay. That's looking a bit more interesting. Getting to see it all filled in the floor here really kind of helps indicate the scale. You're not a Trident guy, are you? Okay. Curious about that guy. Oh, he despawned. Okay, he probably wasn't the Trident guy. Alright. I need to lay down some more torches. Just center them with the columns. Makes counting a little bit easier since I have counted all of those, finally. We'll get rid of that one. Yeah, this is working out. Yeah. Now maybe we'll get a little bit of this filled in back to here. And then I want to take a look at this from the... maybe from the top of the tower. Rocket Factory, because I gotta go back up there anyway. We got 3 left. Oh, we got 67 left. Never mind. All right, let's go get some fresh Duration 1 rockets. Now. Oh, that was not as much as I expected. Looks like we need to be doing some more crafting here pretty soon. Maybe I will end the night with starting an AFK session. Let's take a look at this from over here. That is a pretty sizable build, but I'm okay with the way that's going to look so far. I mean, the Anubis statue is going to go up kind of far, but with the building having this large of a footprint, it is going to actually give us room to build the Anubis statue. So I'm happy with the way this is looking so far. I think this will be good to go. Let's see here. What have I done? What have I done? There we go. That's the view I was looking for to see my fine peoples. Just wanted to thank you all for joining me again tonight. I had a fantastic time. We are continuing to make steady progress on the terraforming around here, and eventually we will be able to get on this pyramid. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this at a later date on YouTube, thank you also for that. And be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Bye.